Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're fascinated by wild adventures, deep-time science, and what-if worlds beyond our everyday reality, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button so you don't miss what's coming next. Today, we're going way back, around 400 million years ago, to the Devonian period. Imagine waking up and stepping outside into a world unlike anything you know. There are no grasslands or flowering plants yet, no mammals or birds. Instead, you find yourself surrounded by giant forests of tree ferns, towering horsetails, and plants that look more like massive pipes and trunks reaching skyward. In the oceans, it's the age of fishes. Armored fish, giant predators, strange cephalopods, and early leaping creatures dominate the seas, while the land still feels alien and wild. You step onto land for the first time. The soil is new, the air feels different. The first insects are buzzing around, but the big threats come from the water. Enormous fish, some up to 9 meters long, gliding in shallow seas. All right, let's dive deeper, literally. You're standing near a Devonian coastline, where shallow, warm seas stretch for miles. The air is thicker with higher oxygen levels, but still carries traces of volcanic gases. You take a breath, it feels heavy, dense, and slightly damp. The sun above you shines weaker than today's, filtered through a hazy, reddish sky filled with ash and moisture. Beneath the waves lies a breathtaking yet dangerous world. Coral reefs far larger than any in our time, teeming with trilobites, crinoids, and enormous armored fish called placoderms. Among them rules the apex predator Dunkleistus, a monster fish with jaws strong enough to crush anything that swims nearby. If you dared to dive in, you'd see schools of early sharks darting between coral structures, while strange plants resembling green tubes sway in the current. But staying too long would be risky. The seas occasionally lose oxygen, turning vast areas into lifeless zones where only the toughest creatures survive. Back on land, the atmosphere buzzes with new life. The first forests are taking root, towering Archaeopteris trees forming the earliest canopies, their roots stabilizing the soil and helping create the first real ecosystems on dry land. But this new Earth isn't stable yet. The planet's climate swings wildly, from humid warmth to deadly droughts, and powerful storms sweep through with no warning. Living here means learning to adapt quickly. You'd need to avoid the acidic rains that sometimes follow volcanic eruptions, stay close to water sources, and find protection among the giant plants that offer shade and oxygen. Yet the biggest challenge isn't just nature, it's time. Evolution is moving fast, and you're witnessing the dawn of complex ecosystems. And we're just getting started. In the next part, we'll see how this strange world would change you, how your body, senses, and survival instincts would evolve to fit the Devonian landscape. So, let's imagine you've been here for weeks, or maybe generations of humans have managed to survive in the Devonian world. Your body would start to change. You'd breathe heavier because the oxygen concentration is unstable and mixed with volcanic gases. Over time, your lungs might grow larger, more efficient, helping you pull oxygen even from dense, humid air. Your skin would darken and toughen, protecting you from the harsh ultraviolet rays that pierce the thinner ozone layer. You'd likely grow more resistant to temperature swings. The Devonian climate can flip from steamy heat to chilling storms in a matter of hours. Your eyesight might shift too. Underwater visibility is murky, filled with particles and plankton, so your eyes could adapt to low light, allowing you to see in green-blue tones like the fish that dominate this age. As for diet, forget about fruits or grains. They don't exist yet. You'd live off fish, mollusks, and perhaps primitive plants like algae or early ferns. Cooking would be nearly impossible. Fire barely survives in this moist, oxygen-thin atmosphere. So raw, nutrient-rich meals would become your only option. But the most fascinating part? Your psychology would change. Living in a world where giant fish rule the seas and forests are just being born means constant alertness. You'd develop sharper instincts, faster reflexes, and maybe even a deeper connection to your environment. A kind of primal awareness of tides, sounds, and shifts in air pressure before storms. As you explore deeper inland, you might encounter the first amphibians crawling from the water, the ancestors of all land animals. Watching one take its first steps onto muddy ground would be like witnessing the birth of the modern world. Soon, this era will end, with one of Earth's greatest mass extinctions wiping out nearly 75% of marine life. But before we get there, in the final part, we'll uncover what exactly caused this extinction and how it shaped the future of all life on Earth, including us. As time passes in the Devonian world, the balance begins to collapse. Volcanic eruptions grow more frequent, spewing ash and gases that choke the atmosphere. The oceans, once teeming with armored fish and coral reefs, start to suffocate. Algae blooms spread across the water's surface, blocking sunlight from reaching below. Without light, plants die, oxygen levels crash, and the marine food chain begins to fall apart. If you were still alive at this point, you'd feel it immediately. The air would taste metallic, heavy with carbon dioxide. Fish corpses would drift ashore in masses, and the once lush coastlines would become silent. Rivers would turn dark, filled with decaying matter, while lightning flashed across sulfur-yellow skies. This was one of the 5 great mass extinctions in Earth's history, and it nearly reset life itself. But from this destruction came renewal. The survivors, small, adaptable creatures, became the ancestors of what would dominate the next era. Amphibians evolved into reptiles, which would eventually lead to dinosaurs and, much later, mammals. The lush forests that once began as tiny ferns and mosses turned into the planet's first great woodlands, filling the air with oxygen again. So, what if you lived through the Devonian? You would witness both the beauty and the brutality of life's constant evolution. A world raw, dangerous, and yet full of promise. It's a reminder that every extinction, as devastating as it seems, paves the way for new life to rise. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed exploring this ancient chapter of Earth's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss more fascinating what-if adventures about our planet's past and future. Until next time, stay curious, and see you in the next video.